And we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, to secret oaths, and to secret proceedings.
Violence breeds violence. Repression breeds retaliation. And only a cleansing of our whole society can we remove this sickness from our souls.
Those folks who were responsible have been held accountable.
That develops weapons of mass destruction. It doesn't matter whether or not they were deprived as a youth. It doesn't matter whether or not they're the victims of society.
And we're back for another episode of the WRK podcast, where we ask the questions about the end of the day. Who really knows? As always, I'm your host, AJ, here with my good friends Dylan and Michael.
Happy Wednesday.
It's a podcast on a Wednesday, baby.
As always, live on Mondays and sometimes Wednesdays.
And Tuesday last week.
Yeah. And maybe a Tuesday. Thursday if we're really fucking behind.
Yeah.
Mostly Mondays.
It is what it is, but we're here.
We got beer. We're here to talk about stuff.
Yeah. It's literally our mantra on this show. We're here, we got beer, deal with it.
Everybody should cheer.
Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah, exactly like that. I'm gonna get that tattooed.
Yeah. We're here, we're queer, where's the beer?
Right on my butthole. I've always wanted a butthole
Put that on a fucking lower back tattoo, I tell
Hell
you.
yeah. Be picking up chicks for days with that.
Hell yeah.
Girls will say, nothing sexier than a man with a lower back tattoo.
I've heard that.
I can feel that.
From a lot of places.
Straight from the bitch's mouth.
What does it need to be tribal though?
No, never tribal.
Oh.
You never go tribal tramp.
It needs to be like a phrase, you know?
Yeah, like
Okay.
Maybe some butterflies, but
I just thought of a really mean personal one that we all know, or at least me and Michael know. That made me laugh, but
Oh jeez.
a phrase on someone's lower back or what?
yeah.
Oh man, you're not willing to say it?
I think it's rude if I do.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Okay.
yeah.
Well, damn,
It's a funny placement for that phrase. I'll just say that much.
Is it like in like God loves me or something
No.
like that? Right on the tramp stand.
No, it's
I respect my parents.
It's more of like a phrase that could imply getting railed, but it's not meant to be that way.
Huh. Damn, you guys got me. Me and the listeners want to know.
I'll tell you off air.
Yeah, bet. And
yeah.
on our Patreon page. So
Yeah.
if anyone wants to actually know, it'll be on the Patreon page.
Yeah, I could probably get a picture of it on there.
Yeah. All right.
Probably won't.
Back to the good stuff.
Yeah, so this is an episode that I'm pretty excited about. The story of the Watcher. Yeah, this case has been active as recently as 2017. So the Watcher's still out there watching, baby.
Oh yeah, and not like watching, not like porn. Like he's not like a professional watcher of porn or WWE or like cartoons.
He's a professional watcher of a house.
Yeah, and people inside the house.
Yeah,
Whoever
lives
not like
there.
I mean, like, is it kind of just like a PI who's doing it for free or something like that?
I think that's what he thinks he's doing.
Yeah, he's like a satanic pro bono PI investigator.
Yeah, we'll call him that. Or
Yeah,
just the Watcher.
sure.
Yeah. So the story starts June 2014. Derek and Maria Brodus.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
I thought of all different ways to say that shit until I figured it out.
It's Brodus.
Yeah, Brodus.
Yeah. Yeah, anyway. Usually I put, like, type in the first time I say their name, I type in how I pronounced it or how I've heard people pronounce it. Didn't do that today.
That's fine.
With their 3 children, we're getting ready to move into a house on 657 Boulevard in Westfield, New Jersey, which happens to be one of the safest towns in America. Probably because they have a watcher.
Yeah. How could it not be?
I mean, if every house is getting watched, it's going to be pretty safe, right?
Yeah. Something is happening. That's right. If it's the safest town in America, obviously, like, something good is going on, and I don't think people will think about that after we go deeper into this. But, like, you just got to keep an open mind.
I mean, sometimes, you know, it's like being a parent. You got to be strict. Like, if the watcher's like, hey, you're drinking too many beers with your dinner, I'm gonna send you a letter and let you know.
Right.
I'm gonna paint your basement walls with your children's blood. Like, it's just
like, hey, like, I saw you guys having sex through your window. Like, yo, keep that shit, like, under wraps. Like, stop. The neighborhood doesn't want to see that.
Are you trying to have more kids because I didn't see you put a condom on?
Yeah.
Didn't see you, Jimmy.
The message sends and says, yeah, don't trust Derek. He throws the condom in the trash when you're not looking.
Yeah. He only put a Snickers wrapper on.
I saw the way Derek busted all up inside of you. Are you planning on having more children?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, yeah, let's get into The Watcher.
So they purchased a $1.3 million, what they called dream house. That was just down the road from where Maria grew up.
Yeah, was it? How far exactly? It was like within a mile or something.
Yeah, it was
wasn't
like
it?
very close. Like you could run there in under 4 minutes.
Yeah, that's I think I can't remember why, if she was the reason why they were able to afford that, or I think it was the husband. I think it was Derek who got rich. Like, he was works for some insurance company or something. I was going to say how she, has daddy's money. If they live in that neighborhood, she got daddy's money. But I think Derek was the breadwinner, actually.
Yeah, and I think one of the theories that we'll get into later is that they couldn't afford the house. But we're just going to dive into the Watcher. Fuck these guys' financial issues at the moment. Before they moved into the house, they received a letter in the mail addressed to the new owners. And this is the first of, I believe, 3 letters that they received. The letter said, "Dearest new neighbor at 657 Boulevard, allow me to welcome you to the neighborhood." Very friendly.
Yeah, super friendly.
Yeah, super friendly.
Wait, almost just too nice.
Yeah. And it gets really weird.
In a nice way.
Yeah. How did you end up here? Did 657 Boulevard call to you with its force within? 657 has been the subject of my family for decades now, and as it approaches its 111th birthday, I've been put in charge.
Was it 111th?
Or 110th.
10th. Yeah, you're thinking of Bilbo Baggins. Exactly what I thought. Today is my 111th birthday.
11th.
Is that who's watching the house? Is Bilbo Baggins? I'm not. Is that a thing?
Probably.
That's what I thought.
So he says, 110th birthday. I have been put in charge of watching and waiting for its second coming. My grandfather watched the house in the 1920s, and my father watched the house in the 1960s, and now it's my time. Who am I? There are hundreds and hundreds of cars that drive by 657 Boulevard each day. Maybe I'm in one. Look at the windows, or look at all the windows that you can see from 657 Boulevard. Maybe I am in one. Look out the many windows at 657 Boulevard at the people who stroll by each day. Maybe I am one. So that's pretty cool.
It is.
You haven't even started fucking putting your shit in the boxes yet, and you come to your new house that you just bought, $1.3 million house that you just bought.
Hey, honey, we got a letter.
It's addressed to the new neighbors.
Oh my God, let me read it. What does that say?
Just like standing in the foyer, just like, what the fuck is this?
Did the house call to you? I mean, yeah.
Kind of,
maybe.
I mean, that's
I don't know.
something that happens when you buy a house. Like,
just imagine his face. Like I just imagine that feeling. Like you read the first line, and you just like, I instantly just look around me and be like, someone's watching me right fucking now.
I know it wasn't, because I know how the letters were written. but I like to imagine it's like flashcards, and that's all I have in my notes. It's like, dearest new neighbor, allow me to welcome you to the neighborhood. How'd you get here? Did the house call to you with the force within? You're like, I don't know about this guy. He's like, my family's been watching your house for 110 years.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's an old ass house.
Yep. And then the letter continues. You have children. I have seen them. So far, I think there are 3 that I have counted. Do you need to fill the house with the young blood I request?
As to which is why we feel like this guy, why I feel, he's Satan's bitch or something like that. He's in some demonic shit or something.
Howdy,
Like-
neighbor. You need someone to mow your yard and like paint the walls with your kid's blood?
Yeah.
Sounds like a whole lot of drugs to me.
Yeah.
Definitely meth-fueled
Oh yeah.
escapade.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe that's what fucking, was it Chris Kyle killed his family when he
What?
put him in bins or something?
Isn't Chris Kyle like the American Sniper?
Yeah.
Dude, I know I get those two mixed up a lot. But do you guys know what I'm talking about, though?
I don't know who you're talking about.
You're talking about the guy from Colorado?
Yeah.
that put his daughter in the oil bin?
Yeah, I can't remember his name though.
I'm gonna look it up.
Chris Kyle's definitely the American Sniper, though. So I was like, what are you talking about?
Me and AJ both had that look on our face, like, wait.
You know, Chris Kyle, the guy that put his daughter in a dumpster.
Chris Watts. Yeah, dude, that's all. I can never remember his name, and Chris Kyle's the only thing that I can. And I've messed it up like 3 different times, but
Like,
I
dude,
feel like
I, to a T, every time I hit a long, like, max range Varus Q, just yell out, call me Chris Kyle!
yep.
I'm gonna start calling myself Chris Watts, though, every
Maybe-
time I fucking strangle
This
a
would've-
woman.
Maybe it was like a suicide attempt, or not suicide, but like if he would have done that to kill his family, like started sending weird letters to his house, maybe he would have gotten away with it. So like, I never thought about this
Hindsight is
angle.
2020.
Never thought. I mean, I kind of maybe thought about this angle about, what a good way to, avert attention from you killing your family.
Damn.
And make it seem like there's an uncatchable person who wants to kill your family. That's some 200 IQ shit.
He doesn't say he wants to
Damn
kill
it,
the family.
damn
He
it,
just
Dylan.
says that he wants to redecorate with the young blood that he has requested
Yeah.
for the house. I mean, you could write it off as like refurbishment.
Yeah, I don't know.
Where could you put it on your taxes?
It depends. Depends on what kind of job you got.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it ain't work if you're doing what you love, right?
But do we finish the letter?
No.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
the
sorry,
letter
sorry.
ends with better for me. Was your old house too small for the growing family, or was it greed to bring me your children? Once I know their names, I will call out to them and draw them to me. And that's the end. At the end of the letter, it was signed with a cursive font. It was all typed out. Left that part out. But it was typed in a cursive font, The Watcher.
Did you possibly check? I want to know if there's like any movies and shit based on this, because I feel like it's kind of a good enough story for it. I mean, if they, not saying it has to be exactly the same, but eventually the dude does come and paints the walls with the kid's blood.
Yeah, that's one of the theories about where the Watcher comes from is down the road. I mentioned the Browdises maybe potentially having financial issues.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, we'll talk about it down the road. Also, because I think with the neighbors before, I think the neighbor, from what I remember, and I might be remembering wrong, but I think the first letter that it said the old neighbors got was like not long before they decided to sell the house, but I don't know if it sounded like they weren't getting letters prior to that one letter before they sold the house to the Brodises. But that's just what I watched on one thing. Could have been wrong. I don't know. I don't know what you.
What I found was after receiving the letter, the Brodus family reached out to the couple that they had bought the house from, the Woods, The Woods said that after 23 years of living there, they had never received any letter except for one a few days before they moved out.
Yeah.
And the Woods said that they never felt watched in the house, barely locked the doors. They said the note was odd, but they just threw it out.
Right. Did we? God, I feel like it didn't say what it said, right? Like, I don't
No.
think there was any record of, like, what the note said.
No, they did report that they got a note to the police, but... so the Brodus and Woods families together filed a claim or a report to the police, and the police told them, don't tell anyone about the letters, including your neighbors. All neighbors are deemed suspects in this investigation.
Mm-hmm. You know what I would have been doing from that moment, and I don't know how expensive, but if you can afford a $1.3 million house, or at least attempt to afford it, like, you could definitely afford some spy gear, I imagine.
I mean, security cameras aren't that expensive nowadays.
I'm talking like the works, like a fucking, thermal goggles and fucking
Black ski mask.
like just everything, dude. A grappling hook, a fucking.
I mean, a thermal goggles are pointless without a black ski mask to go.
You do need a clava.
And then like maybe like a tranquilizer dart, like a sniper's with the, thermal attached to it, the scope, so like you could see some guy. I just imagine if you did it and you're looking out at night. I just imagine you'd see the dude way in the bushes sitting there, and you'd be like, all right, well, I know it's you. And like,
It's just
fucking.
just you look for the thermal image of the guy jerking off in
Yeah.
the bush. It's like, oh, that's gotta be the watcher.
It's like
It's gotta be him.
It's just some peeping Tom.
You just gotta shoot him before you see the heat leave his penis,
yeah,
because then his watch is ended.
yeah. If he
My work here is done.
if he himself is finished,
I've secured
so
the
is your
perimeter.
investigation.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that'd be nuts. See, to be able to have spy shit and to just be like, to actually see the guy. I don't think he tried hard enough to find the person. Maybe he did, but it just didn't feel like it.
Sounds like the dad. The dad did it.
You mean Derek?
Yep.
It's all up in the air, man. That's why I've got some weird thoughts on this whole thing too.
Oh,
you know?
Dude, I've got some theories.
Yeah. It's it could go anyway. It could go any which way you want it to. It's Schrodinger's cat.
I really wish that it was known what was in the letter to the Woods' family.
Yeah.
Like, I've been watching you for 23 years, you stupid bitch, and now you're leaving.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck? I thought we had a good thing going, dude. The house was nice to me. Like, what the fuck?
You never once paid for the drugs.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen like those fucking stories or whatever? They're like, oh, we were living in this house for 5 years, and we heard something rustling in the attic, and it was like some meth head living up there for like fucking 2 or 3 years or whatever.
Yeah, dude, that kind of shit makes me not want to look in my attic. I haven't been in our attic since we bought the house.
There's a story that I heard on a show. It was about a guy who, for 2 weeks, was living in this girl's room or in the basement. I can't remember. And, like, every night he was, like, molesting this girl or whatever. And she was, like, too afraid. I don't know if he, like, blackmailed her to say, like, you don't say nothing. And so she didn't. But eventually, like, I think the mom found something weird, got her out of the house, and they had cops come. That was a gnarly story.
I always get weirded out by the ones where they buy a house and a couple years later they find, the Scooby-Doo bookcase.
Right.
And then there's like a secret room in the house that no one knew about.
Right.
And it looks like someone's been living there.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy shit. I've seen some those cool little rooms. Like, wouldn't that have, if it's deep down below, wouldn't that have to be in like the floor plan? Or I mean, I guess back then they could have probably hit it better when making the house.
But I do tell you this: if we ever expand our house, I'm making the new studio in a Scooby-Doo style room where there's going to be a bookcase that you have to pull a fucking book out.
Yes. That would be awesome. That'd be the intro to the show. Fucking look around, pull the book. fucking Men in Black style, just like, or Scooby-Doo style.
Yeah, what's up with this Men in Black shit?
Scooby-Doo style.
We're talking about the Watcher. We're not talking about aliens, bro.
Yeah. But yeah, bro. Seeing that letter would have been fucking huge. To see like what they said to the fucking people before, like, hey,
family.
like just a heads up, I'm gonna terrorize these people. It's been fun. Thanks for having me over every Sunday. Love you guys. Like, wish you the best. Can't wait to fuck with these people. I'll keep you updated. Like, I don't know. You know, you never know. Never know.
Yeah. It's about sex, and it's her favorite. So
It just sounds like the dad was planning to commit insurance fraud, killing his kids.
Yeah, that's
all it sounds. And he, like, preemptively before moving into this house, he already knew what he was gonna do. That's how it sounds to me.
and he does know insurance.
yeah, true.
So 2 weeks after the first letter, the Brodus family had still not moved into their house, and they received a second letter. This letter contained the names of the children and order of birth, and even their nicknames from the parents.
Weird.
Yeah. The letter contained that the Watcher had noticed one of the daughters painting on an easel on their enclosed porch, saying, "Is she the artist in the family?"
Yes.
So that means that he was legitimately watching.
And they said that where she was, I don't know if you said this, I just got back, but said where she was painting, it was impossible to be seen, I guess, by the street.
Yeah.
It was covered by bushes, like you wouldn't be able to see anything. It was like private or some shit, so could have been only seen by neighbors.
What if there was a drone? He was just flying a drone around.
I mean, yo.
2014,
Yeah.
I don't think people were really flying drones that much.
I think in 2014 that was kind of a thing though. It was like kind of the
It was
start
picking
of like
up, but
it was back then. It was helicopters. It was toy. It wasn't drones yet. It was just toy helicopters.
Yeah.
What the fuck
I'm
is
trying
that
to-
outside my window?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the big like camera drone craze kicked off the summer of 2015, if I remember right.
Really?
Yeah, because I remember one of the kids that worked for me in New York, one of the foreign kids bought one, and I was like, how are you going to take that back to fucking, where was Benji from? Montenegro. And he was like, I don't know, but it's fun. And I'm like, whatever, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you do you.
Well, yeah, that shit would be nuts.
But they were loud as shit. Like, you weren't not getting noticed using one of those.
Yeah. When we were out discing and the old dude brought his out while we were throwing discs, we were like, all right, let's try and hit that motherfucker. Yeah, like stealth. I don't know. How you need just like I don't know how to get one more quiet, I guess.
They're relatively quiet now, the ones that aren't like drone racing ones.
Right. Like that's what I imagine, like just one's just I don't know. Drones are cool.
They're not silent by any means. I mean,
but I mean,
it's got
if you're
a motor in it, but
let's say you need a perfect view of someone's house, and you know, but I don't. I think we'd all put money that it wasn't a drone watching the house.
No,
I think we'd all bet money that it was not a drone.
My money is definitely on not a drone.
It was the FBI surveillance.
Yes, it was the birds.
Yep. Pigeons.
Ducks are free. I got like 457 ducks.
Yeah, the fucking pigeons were the ones like riding the note too.
You said 457 ducks. How many horsepower is that?
457 duck power.
Yeah, I know, but how many horsepower does that equate to?
I don't know.
0.1? Duh. Everyone knows fucking bird to horsepower conversions, bro. We learned that shit last year, bro, on iFunny. Come on.
1,000 birds equals 1 horse. So I got 0.4 horsepower in my ducks.
Yeah.
Unless, you give your duck steroids. Now we're talking.
Don't you guys give your ducks steroids?
I always give my duck steroids.
Would you rather fight 100 ducks the size of a horse or a horse the size of a duck?
What? You did that right.
Wait, no, I did do that backwards, didn't I? Shit, what the fuck?
I don't know. To equal a horse,
100
or one
horses
horse.
the size of a duck, or one duck the size of a horse. I think that's right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd probably do the 100
horses. Yeah. What are they gonna do? A duck would fuck you up. I feel like.
A big ass duck, man. That's like fucking 2,000 pounds worth of duck.
Yeah.
That's a big ass mouth.
I'd kill that duck and have a fucking Fred Flintstone feast, bro.
I'd train it and it'd be like my chocobo from Final Fantasy.
Except for it's not fast.
I mean, if it's got the same as a horse, power.
Well, it's just the size of it. The power isn't equal.
Yeah, but it's the size of it. That motherfucker would probably run, bro. Whoop.
Yep.
It works. Awesome. Technical difficulties. No big deal. But, yeah, I don't know. It definitely makes you wonder if you saw the painting and everything and the easel and shit like that.
Yeah, what if he was like, your daughter fucking sucks at painting bushes?
Yeah.
Didn't even see me writing this one.
So I don't know. That gets very weird.
I was hiding in the bush that she was painting, and she didn't even notice. Your daughter sucks.
You go back and look. That should be the movie. Like they go back and look at the daughter's painting, and she has a face painted in the bush or something.
Damn.
I don't know. That'd be fucking hilarious.
We're writing
bro.
it for you.
Yeah, we're basically You don't even have to. I mean, we wish you would pay us, but we know you're not gonna. So just take the idea and fucking go. Just get out of here.
So the letter also said, it's been years since the young blood ruled the halls of the house. Have you found all the secrets the house holds yet? Will the young blood play in the basement, or are they too afraid to go down there alone? I would be very afraid if I were them. It's far away from the rest of the house, and if you were upstairs, you would never hear them scream.
Which is just that's being friendly. That's saying, hey.
That's neighborly advice.
That's saying, like, listen, I know this is going to come off weird. Okay, I'm a weird guy. I don't know how to say this. The basement's the furthest away from you, and if someone killed your kids, that would be really hard to hear them. So, you're just letting you know.
Yeah,
I'm not going to kill your kids.
I put a baby monitor down there.
And if someone does kill your kids, I'm the guy to go to for info because I'm always watching.
Yeah.
I'm down there.
Yeah.
I'm watching.
Like, if you think things are going to get weird, Derek, call me, dude. I know everything that's going on in your house. I've been paying somewhat close attention, but not in a weird way.
Just get a high-powered flashlight, draw a W on it with Sharpie, and just shine it on the driveway if you need my help.
Yeah.
If your kids are dead, Derek, I got you. I'll be there.
What's the W stand for, huh?
The Watcher.
Oh, that's for Wumbo.
The Wumbo. Yeah, that's a good neighbor right there. And then he also says, what's he say about the attic? Did you get to the attic after that? He goes,
No. So after that, he says, will they sleep in the attic, or will you all be sleeping on the second floor? Who has the bedroom facing the street? I will know as soon as you move in. It will help me know who is in which room. Then I can plan better.
So before this, had there ever been a history of people being killed in this house?
I don't
Nope.
think so. or ever letters. I don't think being at the house before
Before they
moved
bought
out.
it.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't know if there was like maybe when Grandpa was watching the house, if people died there too.
No, Grandpa was a professional.
Oh, okay.
He didn't have to send letters.
Ah.
His presence was just known.
He didn't give a fuck. He would stand out in the street and just watch the house. And they'd be like, bro, they'd yell out to him, what are you doing? And he'd be like, I'm watching you.
Come in for some soup. No.
Go home and drink your Ovaltine, you old fuck.
Hey, don't tell your kids to play in the basement. It's the furthest place from you guys, so if something happened to them, they probably wouldn't get... I don't know. Like that, I just imagine some old dude out there, they're like, okay, like, goodbye. Like,
There's some geriatric in our driveway yelling about playing in the basement.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Bro, like, it's just too weird that this only started pretty much with them and just before them, which is what leaves a lot of the story open to discussion. It's very fucking weird.
Well, I mean, maybe the Woods just weren't inclined to open letters with the Watcher handwritten on the fucking front of it. Mm-hmm. And they're just like, junk mail.
That's what I thought about that when I was, looking into this story, and I thought to myself, what I would do is put a sign outside of my house that says, just so you know, we're not reading the letters, we're just handing them to the police, and I would put a life-size portrait of a guy spreading his cheeks and showing an asshole. So, if he ever was watching, he would just see a guy spreading his cheeks.
The HOA would probably get mad at you for that.
Yeah.
You get some fines or something.
But okay, then you know that's the Watcher. Okay? That's how you know.
Okay.
That's how you know.
They always be watching.
I mean, and it could have been. The people in charge, they could have been a part of it. Who knows?
Yeah, what if, they bought the house and, the homeowners association was like, oh, these guys are white trash. Why are they buying $1 million house?
I had that idea, and it made me think of the movie that I still cannot fucking remember the name of. It's been on the tip of my tongue, and I just... Oh, Hot Fuzz. You guys remember that?
Yeah.
Hot Fuzz, where the whole town's fucking in on it.
Oh, this is the best town in the world. Gotta kill anyone that makes it a problem.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. So maybe they did make a movie about this already. I don't know.
It's called Hot Fuzz.
Yeah. One of the best movies I've ever seen in my life.
Dude, the end of that movie is fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Just like the last 20 minutes always gets me. I'm always just all about it.
Oh, me too. That movie's so... I love those movies, man.
Was that a duck or a goose?
What? In the movie?
Yeah.
A goose.
It's a swan, isn't it?
Is it a swan?
Oh, is it?
I think
I
it's
thought
a
it was
swan.
a duck. I thought it was a white duck.
Maybe it's a swan. I don't remember. If you guys are out there listening and you haven't seen Hot Fuzz, do yourself a fucking favor and go watch it.
It's basically about the Watcher.
It's, like if you want a live action story of what we're talking about, it's about as close as you're going to get. But, back to the Watcher.
Why did you kill her? She was a terrible actress.
Yeah. That's fucking hilarious, dude. One of the best. I need to show him that movie.
Oh, man.
But yeah, the Watcher, the homeowner association.
So naturally, after the second letter, Maria and Derek Brodus stopped bringing their children around the house. They put a hold on moving due to one of their neighbors probably being a shitty Edgar Allan Poe character. Mm-hmm. So stop moving, all that shit. Several weeks later, they received a third letter saying, "Where have you gone to? 657 Boulevard is missing you."
Weird.
And then there's more of that, but when it says missing you, that's where it's like, bro, like, what is this, like Pirates of the Caribbean 3, part of the crew, part of the shit? Maybe he's a part of the house. Like, maybe
he's the mailbox.
Like, yeah, or something.
No, there's a movie about that, too. It's, I don't know, but the lady got, cemented into the bottom, and then the house became alive.
Oh, the cartoon?
Smart House.
No.
Is it the cartoon? Yeah, Monster House, maybe?
Monster House, yeah.
Yo,
I
that's
was thinking
fucking
Smart House,
crazy.
the Disney
I forgot
movie.
about that movie. That movie was good.
That was a good one.
That was a way good movie. But yeah, that's what, part of the house, part of the shit. Or part of the crew, part of the house. Whichever way you want to say it. It both works, okay? It works both ways.
Part of the house, always the Watcher.
Part of the Watcher, always the house.
Okay, but if you're the house, how'd you write those letters?
Like, my grandpa was the portrait that you guys took down when you moved in.
Yeah.
Now it's my turn to watch.
Yeah, that's fucking hilarious, bro. We should be writing the script for this movie. Honestly, let's pitch it. But all right, so yeah, it says what does it say again? The first part, it just says the house.
Where have you gone? 57 Boulevard is missing you.
Yes. He it doesn't sound like he's that attached to the house, but he really is attached to this house. It's really fucking weird.
Or he's attached to these people.
See,
Wants to kill them.
so that's where I kind of thought too. So this is where Maria had grown up. Like, what happened when she was growing up? Was there a stalker in her life, in her hometown?
Right.
That never gets brought up. They're just like, oh, we can't live in this house anymore, but we can't revoke our mortgage. Like,
Yeah. What was that one movie? And it was like with the dude that did Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Little Giants.
No.
The nerd guy or whatever.
The nerd guy, whatever. But, and he like, he was like, he had to go,
Ghostbusters?
no, he was like a teacher at this school or
I think it
whatever.
was the Ghostbusters dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was this teacher at a school or whatever. He went back to his like hometown, and like the bully or whatever of his class was like chasing him around one time, just to give him back like an action figure that he broke from him. I don't know if you guys remember that movie.
Oh no,
No.
but the whole movie's running from him.
Yeah.
And then at the end he finally catches him and gives him his
I'm thinking more
Yeah.
Straw Dogs. Have you guys seen that?
No.
So it's like hometown hottie moves away, marries this author from Yale. They move back down to the bayou, and all the Straw Dogs, this is like their football team or something like that. They end up, the coach gets drunk one night and decides to pick a fight with, God, I can't remember. But basically the hometown Straw Dogs are like obsessed with the wife. They gang rape her in the movie.
Ooh,
It's pretty lit.
Okay.
a little Clockwork Orangey.
Not saying the rape is cool, but I mean a
No, it's a
sex
great
scene in a
movie.
movie. I mean, yeah, sure.
Yeah, I would recommend watching Straw Dogs.
Who's the star in it? You
I
know?
don't know. Fucking
Matthew McConaughey.
I could find out. Shit.
But so when you said you think from that statement right there, when he said the house misses you or whatever, you think that's where you got the idea? God, it's so weird. There's so many things that could be going on with this house right now.
Oh shit, James Woods is in Straw Dogs. What the fuck? Oh yeah, dude. Who's Kate Bosworth?
I don't know. Old people, dude. They might be hot, but they're old, okay? Let that be a lesson. Doesn't matter how much Botox you get. I don't care if you look like you're 25. If you're old, you're old.
I don't think she's that old. She looks pretty young. Don't recognize any of these movies that she's in though.
All right, well, maybe Matthew McConaughey, maybe he watched the movie. May not have been in it, but maybe he watched it.
We'll say that.
Yeah.
I already
Probably right.
Yeah, I don't know. Dude kind of looks like Matthew McConaughey, but he's got like black hair and he's shorter and looks like a nerd.
And doesn't look anything like him, so yeah.
No, he like legit. He looks like nerdy Matthew McConaughey, but shorter.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is it weird that I'm turned on? I don't know.
Is it weird that I'm getting horny?
Yeah, I'm getting horny. I mean, thinking about a young, nerdy Matthew McConaughey, that makes me horny.
Yeah, no, I don't know. My thought, if it's not them, what was Maria up to when she was a kid? Who was watching her? I mean, if they live within a mile of her childhood home.
Right. What if, there's probably just some fucking creepy dude that fucking watched her grow up and now he's like, oh yeah, I want you all to myself.
Well, guess
Yeah.
what? I mean, and this is just another thing about the neighbors who I think live, I don't know where exactly they live, but like the closest neighbors I think lived, their whole lives in I think the house that they were in. So it would be very likely if they were to recognize this girl. Not maybe recognize. I don't know. I don't know how long she stayed in the town. It said she just
her
grew
hometown.
up there, like hometown. But I don't
And
know.
we'll definitely get into the neighbors. I know who you're talking about. Mm-hmm. So 6 months after the first letter, they decided to try to sell the house, but the property had gained a reputation, and buyers were not about buying that house. So the Bordeaux's family, or Broaddus family, ended up going to court with the Woods family for failing to disclose about the threatening letter that they received before they moved out. And a reporter obtained some of the lines from the letters because of the lawsuit and ran a story that became a viral sensation. Within days, news media was surrounding the house.
Yeah. It's like a reality TV show, though. You know, I'd rather have a reality TV show around me instead of someone watching me. It's like everyone's doing the, everyone's surrounding the house with the cameras and everything, all the news channels, and some dude just kind of walks up with the hat and is just like walking slowly to the mailbox and just kind of looks around, just sort of like opens it and slips a letter in and just sort of walks away. I don't know.
It's like, excuse me, sir, Channel 4 News, we caught you doing that whole fucking thing.
And it's not him. It was like some kid standing next to the mailbox, and he's just walking away. I don't know. That's what I would rather have. I'd rather have news people outside of my house blasting my house, watching it for me. That's like you have to pay a lot of money to get that
Right.
kind of
Security.
security. Yeah.
Yeah, but they don't
Breaking
have any
news.
guns.
It's like
Dude.
Scary Movie 1. It's like,
Yeah.
breaking news. You just got stabbed. How did it feel?
Yeah. Bro, I mean, honestly, why would you pay for the what's the home security called? The big one.
ADT.
ADT. Why would you pay for that when you could just write creepy ass letters to yourself and get it on national news so you have your own, you know, security, like free security? That's 200 IQ. That's thinking with your
The
brain.
way of the future.
That's a smart idea. I don't know. There's a lot of good ideas out there.
So instead of security, you just get like a whole bunch of chickens.
Yeah.
Hear me out.
Just like in Hunt the Showdown. Remember? If you
yeah.
run next to the chickens, they go, gobble, 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 gobble. Like, foolproof.
I don't know.
Way
if that's
cheaper than ADT.
I don't know if that's what chickens say. Maybe turkeys say
Or
that.
turkeys.
Yeah.
Chickens go fucking... God, I can't. Never mind. Get turkeys. We're switching to turkeys. Turkeys are the way of the future.
They'll fucking they'll attack someone too.
Right. There's just a tripwire that opens the gate and they just fucking run out. Hell yeah.
Motherfuckers gonna
That's ADT. You cannot steal that idea, okay? That was...
Attack turkeys.
We thought of
We're
that
keeping that
first.
one.
So, good fucking try, but how about no? Yikes, bro. All right. So what comes next? I think we haven't gotten past that first sentence, right?
That's all the letter that was released.
Oh,
Was where have you been? The house misses you.
Damn.
that was released of... Oh, wow. That was the only thing in the letter?
That's
Was
the only
that
thing I found.
in the third... Which letter? The
That's the
second or
third.
third? That's the third? Gosh, why do I feel like there was just more to
There's
it?
probably like more like the young blood isn't spread across the walls of the hallway anymore.
Oh, so, okay, so this is... I don't think this was in the second one. This is what I saw, and I'm just going off what I remember, but in that third letter... Let me take a drink of beer before I spit this shit. It was about him going crazy, saying how... I don't think this was in the second letter, but he's like saying, what the hell is going on? The house is not happy with me. The house is pissed off at me.
That's the fourth letter.
Oh, okay, never mind. Damn, never mind.
So
Let's rewind the track.
They tried to sell the house, which was on 2 plots of land, to a contracting company so they could tear down the house and put up 2 houses on the land, but the houses didn't meet the mandate for the neighborhood by 3 feet. or being 3 feet too small in each house to meet the mandate in the building code. And so they brought a complaint to the neighborhood planning board and were unanimously rejected, even though a house just down the street had the same thing pass.
I didn't know
recently.
that happened before. I thought it happened afterwards that they let that pass, but that right there,
Either way,
that
yeah.
sole moment right there was where I thought that this was hot fuzz. Where
Like,
the whole,
what the fuck did you do when you
where-
lived here in fucking 2000?
Right.
like that's where it's like hot fuzz. Like the whole fucking household association is like in on it and like has a grudge.
Or maybe it's just some girl from high school that she, fucked over.
I mean,
People
think
do be
about that.
petty.
Yeah, I guess I never thought about her spending a lot of her young life there. I always just kind of was like, oh, she was a child there, a young infant, and then left and came back because she liked it. But
No, I mean, she like grew up there.
yeah, that's really fucking. Oh man, there's so many open. It's such an open-ended story.
Yeah, so it's like,
Possibilities.
so like, was the homeowners association trying to ruin her life? What was she doing before she met Derek outside of town?
Right. Did she fuck the home association person and he was like, that was her ex-boyfriend? Like,
Well, I mean, that's like a board of people.
maybe she fucked all of them. Bro. Like, she could have had sex with all of them. I mean, if the shoe
Then they all
fits.
found out about it. I got mad.
Yeah, they were like, wait a second. You had sex with her too? Now we all have gonorrhea? Incurable gonorrhea?
Oh yeah, you were right. By the way, in 2018 is when they passed or approved the splitting up of a lot around the corner.
Oh, yeah,
So
okay.
yeah.
Which, yeah, before, but yeah, I mean, by 3 feet, and you're gonna turn that down, like what? Like, and and they knew about, like, at that point in time, I think they knew about the
Yeah,
letters.
everyone did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It
duh,
was-
because
it
it was
was-
after the news got out and shit. So they knew about this happening, and they said no. Completely fucked up.
So this is where shit starts getting really fucking wild. Around Christmas time, people who were vocally protesting the Broudis family's plan received hand-delivered letters that, like, threatening letters, signed "Friends of the Broudis family."
What?
Yeah, so they started getting. Excuse me. They started getting anti-watcher letters.
Oh
Right.
my god.
Which is very Watcher-esque.
Yeah, dude, it's like, dude, this is just a shitty Edgar Allan Poe poem, is what this whole event chalks down to. But
Yeah, I don't. I didn't know it was signed "Friends of the Broadus family," but I think eventually, everyone knew it was from him, like Derek. I think everyone eventually knew, or something, or maybe I thought he put it himself. Like, he wrote a letter as himself, saying, calling out whoever the Watcher might be, and just making his letters like pissed off as fuck, sending it to every neighbor and being like, I don't care, like, we can't split the house up, we're fucked. I'm gonna just send a letter to every single person and fucking bitch them out, just in case, one of them's the Watcher.
that might be this. This was sent to the people on the homeowners association.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So then actually, so it could actually be just random people who are supporting them then.
Could be.
Yeah. But you're kind of giving the idea you think it's definitely Derek who's
Well,
doing...
it's weird that if it was random people supporting them, but they're all addressed from friends of the Broudis family, like a little suspect.
That's where it was sus. Friends of the Broadus family. Not, this is Charlene. I'm just out here.
My name's Charlene,
appalled.
and I'm super pissed.
I'm just gonna say this right now. I know Derek didn't have any friends.
Not in that town.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Derek was the least liked person.
Why do people not like me? I'm gonna write a letter to the household association, and I'm gonna say, friends of Derek. Never mind. Friends of the Brodus family.
Dude,
Fucking sus bitch.
Literally least like person in Westfield, New Jersey.
Yo, that's crazy as fuck to me that letter went out. And it was just one letter, right? It just said friends of the... What friends? You're one person writing a letter.
No, it went to like several different families on Christmas.
Oh.
Or I guess around Christmas. Like it was multiple people receiving letters from friends of the Broudus family.
I mean, is that what I'm thinking of? Is the letters? I feel like I knew he like sent letters out.
No, I'm talking about different letters addressed from friends of the Broudus family.
Right, okay.
To the homeowners association. It wasn't like to the neighbors. Like the homeowners association is in charge of an entire chunk of the town on mandates and stuff. Mm-hmm. So like it was going to people that lived miles away.
Right.
Not people on his block.
Right.
No, people on your block, like, that's mostly the homeowners association. It's like your subdivision.
But it's just bigger than it's not just
it's
a block,
bigger than
though.
a block.
Well, it's the people that were not allowing them to do the designs for their plot of land that they were doing.
But your homeowners association would be like the...
I'm just using that as an example. Like that's not really what it was.
All right.
It was the whatever I said earlier. What the fuck was the board called? Where is it? I don't have what the board is called. There was some board in the town that denied them. Like, it was fucking weird.
But that is weird to have a letter say, friends of the Brodus family. I mean, that's just a weird, like, say you're from the FBI or something. like if you really want to say it, like, just say it. This is the FBI. Like, we're trying to keep this on the down low.
It's the FBI and
this is hurt. Yeah, you're on our blacklist. This is hurting our investigation. So that's what I do. That's how I graduated high school. I wrote a fake letter pretending to be the FBI, bro.
Send it to every teacher.
And I said, listen, like, Dylan is a special agent. He's
we're just trying to pass him.
He's not a special kid. He's a special agent. Let me reiterate. The reason his grades are so bad is because he's out in the field doing God's work, killing people, and, like...
Terrorizers.
Yeah, terrorizing people in other countries and shit. So, yeah. If you could just let him pass high school, that'd be great. That'd be nice.
Yeah, he's got to do this for his country.
Yeah. That's what I do, and I have a letter on me at all times. I could pull it out right now if I ever get pulled over because I'm high on hallucinogens.
Well, pull it over right now.
Yeah, I'll pull it up right now. The letter says, Dear police officer, this guy is an agent of the FBI. Don't fuck with him. They let me go every time.
It's just a fucking piece of printer paper with fucking crayon on it.
It's highlighter, okay? It's not fucking crayons, bro.
He draws an FBI badge on it.
Yeah. Gets them every time. That's what I'm saying.
What color is that badge? Macaroni. It's my macaroni and cheese crayon.
Yeah, we couldn't officially give him a badge, so we just kind of drew this picture for him.
We let him look at ours, and he drew a picture of a badge, and we just said, whatever.
Yeah.
You're part of the force, kid.
You are enlisted.
If you really want to see his badge, you just have to understand that he made it out of macaroni. Here's my picture. I'm from the FBI. The cop just turns like, holy fuck. When me and Mike, that's why we got let go that one night. You and I got arrested. Not really, but got pulled over by the cops when we were doing some bad stuff. I gave him that note that said I was part of the FBI.
Oh, I see. That's why they let us go.
Yeah. And I couldn't tell if they believed it or they just thought I was so stupid.
Hey, AJ, do you remember the officer liaisons officer or whatever?
Yeah, Officer Burkett, something like that.
Is it Burkhart?
Burkhart. Yeah.
Burkhart. That sounds right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I could not remember.
I had the gist of her name.
What a lovely lady.
Oh yeah.
She yells so hot.
Yes.
If you ever hear this, you yell so hot.
I remember
And I'll put in a good word for you at the FBI.
I remember when she was pregnant as fuck, walking around the high school with a gun on her hip. Still, I was just like, you're on the job. Like you were 9 months pregnant. What the fuck? She was the watcher at our high school, dude.
Yeah, dude. If you're pregnant, just quit your job for 9 months and go be a waitress. Our friend, she is big. She's about due. Started serving again, and she was making some fat tips. Not saying she's a bad waitress. She'd be an amazing waitress, but she definitely was pulling some money, dude. I wish I could get pregnant. I've tried.
I can get you pregnant, dude.
I've tried.
Yeah, you trying to have a butt baby?
Yeah, I did it in my butt. I can't believe it didn't work.
It's just gonna be weird. It's gonna be in your back.
Yeah. Yeah.
The baby's gonna grow on your back.
That's what the Hunchback of Notre Dame was.
Yeah.
He was just pregnant.
Yeah, guys, that's why my back's been hurting so bad. And my knees and stuff is because I'm pregnant. It's just a really long pregnancy. Like, it's been going on for like 5 years now.
Oh, the gestation period is very long.
Every time I have a huge dump coming through, I just think I'm giving birth to a beautiful little
butt baby.
But
dude, sometimes you have to carry a butt baby to like 27 months.
Mm-hmm. And it hurts. You will split your ass giving birth to that butt baby.
So, the Watcher.
Yeah, enough about butt baby.
So in spring 2016, the Broadus family found another family to rent the home from them, and there was a clause in the lease that allowed the family out of the contract if there was another letter. In the first 2 weeks, another letter arrived. The letter read, "To the vile and spiteful Derek and his wench of a wife Maria, 657 Boulevard survived your attempted assault and stood strong with its army of supporters barricading the gates. My soldiers of the Boulevard followed my orders to a T. They carried out their mission and saved the soul of 657 Boulevard with all my orders. All hail the Watcher."
Okay, so can we just say that actually I think we are 100% sure it's Derek now? Because of him saying, because of you, beautiful Derek, and
Wait,
your
what?
ugly
Beautiful.
wench of a wife.
He called him vile and spiteful.
He was trying to make himself sound cool. It's like, you crazy, cool, beautiful man and your fucking ugly, stinky, smelly wife who doesn't shave enough.
Who's never once shaved her pussy.
Yeah. That's how I think it says it right there that we know it's not. It's Derek. He just yeah.
Heart attack.
Derek, you cool fucking stud and your stupid fucking wife.
Yeah.
Smells of piss and vinegar.
You dumb fucking ugly kids who can't paint a goddamn thing, and your stinky wife with hair all up and down her armpits to her pussy. Like, goddamn.
Septic tank of a
Like, Derek,
wife.
chill out.
Your wife Maria with titties that could tie her own shoes.
Damn,
Can you
Sebo.
remember that, Derek? You sexy, sly, what's the word? Conniving juice cannon.
Malevolent son of a bitch.
You fucking stud. God damn it, you're so good looking.
You solid piece of meat.
I mean, that's what the letter says, right?
You fucking pussy
did
magnet, Derek.
did I read the letter wrong? I must have.
Your wife thinks that she fucked over the homeowners association, but you fucked all of their wives.
Yeah. God,
You fucking man whore.
all I wanted was for you to have my babies. Which is impossible because I'm you. I mean, wait.
I've been watching you jerk off closer than you think.
And it's just him looking at himself in the mirror. Just like, Oh, man.
What you doing, Derek? It's a shake weight, baby. Leave me alone. I'm trying to look fit for the watcher.
And also, just a side note, P.S. Derek, your penis is so huge. You have such big balls, buddy. You are like
a load that could shampoo a buffalo.
You're like a horse, my dude. You are a horse hanging, bro. Like, come on. So yeah.
The letter also said maybe a car accident, maybe a fire, maybe something as simple as a mild illness that never seems to go away and makes you feel sick. And this is annoying, but it says day after day after day after day after day after day.
I found that to be after annoying as well.
Literally, like, he just copy and pasted it.
He's like, what do I say next? He's like writing as he speaks. Something, 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 day after day. After day. After day, 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 after day.
Yeah, it's fucking really dumb.
Yeah.
Poor writing.
Yeah.
Like, if two day after day, that's fine. Say it 7 times, I'm like, I want to punch you in the mouth.
Right. That's where I think he's
like you're
writing.
You're making me try harder by reading that much. Like,
yes.
It's like when you're typing out a book report and you change the header to take up an extra quarter inch of the page.
Yeah, that's like definitely trying to pass a report or something.
It's like a high school level job. Like you're. That's what makes
me.
And then
that's
what makes me think it's not Derek because it's a high school level
you're
job.
Fine. And I said I'm not fine. So he said you are fine, but I said I'm not fine. And then he said you are fine, as I proceeded to say no. ... I'm not fine.
How old were Derek and his ugly wench of a wife?
I feel like I know.
Old enough to fuck.
40s, I think, maybe. I can't remember. I think
their oldest kid was like 7, if I remember right.
What if
at this time?
What if it was just some creeper from high school, like some dude that was in love with her?
That's what I'm saying.
Kind of what I'm saying, but also
very possible. It's crazy. It's crazy how possible. And how there's so much different things that are so easily possible.
I bet you that he's just like a refrigerator repair dude. You know, didn't do shit with his life.
He's a Swans truck driver.
Yeah.
But they did a pretty good. I mean, from what it says, FBI was involved in that investigation, so it's like I would imagine they covered, any X's, anything like that.
Well, the FBI stands for fucking basically ignorant.
Yeah.
I thought it was fat booty insects.
Female body inspector.
I still think though they would have. That's like the simple lead. Did you have a boyfriend in high school? Yeah, this is him. And then they would have.
What the fuck was that? Why'd you have a list?
That's how Maria sounds. You guys didn't watch the video? I don't even want to.
You have a boyfriend in high school? Yeah, this is him. Sounds like she got stung on the tongue by a fucking bee.
Yo. I don't even want to try and attempt that. We're just gonna let that. We're gonna let that go and just the history. I'll have to practice that when I get home. Then I guess.
Oh my god, that's fucking funny. Yes, this is him.
Dude, straight up.
She bit off half of her tongue in a swinging incident.
Yeah.
All right, that caught me off guard.
Yeah.
I'll hail the watcher.
Yeah. I'll take a drink to the watcher. What a crazy fucking story. Just so weird. I'm so mad that we actually don't know what. Like, you can have a good idea, but you don't. You can't be 100% on it. I feel like you just can't be. Unless you feel like you found something more, but I just feel like that's like I've had like a few ideas where you can't be sure.
So there's a couple of suspects I know of. So one night while police were doing a stakeout at the house, vehicle approached the house, and it was followed by police to a young woman's home, where she informed the police that her boyfriend lived on the same block as 657 Boulevard. She said that her boyfriend was into some pretty dark video games, and according to investigators' memory, she said that he was playing a game where his character was called the Watcher.
Oh,
It was
what?
Probably The Witcher, which The Witcher 3 came out that year. So or maybe not even that year. I don't know. But The Witcher 3 was just my assumption. So big fat raspberries on that one. No fucking idea. Because it's not even like a record statement. It was just an investigator's like, yeah, we followed this girl home one day and she said her boyfriend played a game called The Watcher.
I've never heard of the game called The Watch.
Yeah, we're very well versed in video games, and I've never played a game where I was called The Watcher.
Right.
Played a game where I was called The Witcher, and I could bang some fucking witches. That's pretty dope.
I might, though, now that we're talking about it, create a game, and you're just like peeping Tom.
Well, there is a game like that. It was an old PC game back in the 90s where you literally just... I think it's called The Babysitter.
You just look through people's windows?
Kind of. It's like a role-playing simulator with like shitty 90s acting.
Oh.
I mean, if it gets me hard, I'll play it.
So Dylan mentioned earlier also the second suspect, the neighbor, Michael Langford.
Michael Langford.
Yep. So Derek suspected him after attending the neighborhood barbecue. Langford lived next door with his 90-year-old mother in her home that they had owned for basically ever.
With like other siblings, I think
Yes.
that all
Yeah.
live together.
Their family was known in the neighborhood for being weird but harmless, since all of her adult children, who were all in their 60s or older, lived with her still.
Oh, yeah. It's gotta be them.
Oh, yeah.
Bro. So Langford's family moved into the house in the 1960s, which is when his the first Watcher's father taking over the duties, I guess.
Right.
And Langford's father died 12 years before the first letter arrived, which is why Derek suspected him being the person, because the first letter said that he's been on the job for the better part of 2 decades.
Mm-hmm.
He was Langford. Michael Langford was also known for peering through people's windows at odd times in the day. Or watching them.
Oh, watching.
He's watching.
He is watching.
I am the watcher.
Watch.
I
So,
like it.
being the next door neighbor, Langford was the only person, or Langford's house was the only place that you would have been able to see the Broaddus's daughter painting on the porch. Was from his house.
That is
Or from the bush.
yeah, from the bush, and yeah,
We're not going to take that off the table because
Yeah.
I think that's really fucking funny.
that she
The idea that the Watcher's just like, your daughter is not observant at all.
All right. I'm gonna paint this bush. Let's paint these big blue eyes, some glasses, some leaves, couple of slacks for the legs of the bush.
Check it out. There's a cardinal on his head.
But yeah, that's what they said is that's the only spot that house would have been able to have seen the where the girl was painting.
Yeah.
So I mean, I know there's probably other reasons out there, but I think my biggest feeling, I don't know why, I just feel like it's him.
Well, they found female DNA on one of the letters, and we're trying to run a test from a sample from a water bottle that they pulled out of their trash of one of his sisters. But they could never differentiate which sister it was, so they couldn't do anything based off the test.
Yeah, I don't know. That just when I heard that, it just like
What if it's the mom, bro?
What if
the old mom.
The 92-year-old mom just like, I'm watching you.
I am watching.
what if it's just that Michael Langford guy and he's dressing up and pretending to be his mom and his other siblings?
On some Norman Bates shit.
Oh, yo, this goes deep. This goes deep.
It's a Netflix original.
Yeah. Season finale. The whole season didn't even start yet. It's just season finale right now.
The first episode is the
Season finale. Hell yeah.
Oh, I read that wrong. So the DNA pointed the finger at his sister being the author of the letter, not it was inconclusive. It made her a suspect.
I mean, who knows? It could have been any one of them to just say it was the guy, but for him to put in his letters the way he did, talking about his father, and did he the letters only said my father. It didn't really specify,
And
right?
grandfather.
Yeah, it didn't specify that he was a male, right?
True.
I don't think it specified that he was a male, so I mean, it could have been. It could have been all of them. Think about it. You have all these siblings. What did they probably do growing up? Probably just watched the house and got a little senile and started writing letters. I don't know.
They were all just creepers.
They could have been. Well, think about the age that Maria would have been. Maria, right? I think that's right. Think about the age Maria would have been if she was, let's say she was 10. They all would have been like 30 or maybe about. They could have been very much creepers and knew her and wanted to have a big orgy with her. I don't know. It's nothing.
Stepladder, stop.
Everything's on the table at this point. We gotta look at every angle. Maybe they wanted an incest orgy, but also with pedophilia involved. I don't write this shit up.
I mean,
I don't make this shit up. Okay.
As long as somebody
I
brings
just
a
made
gallon
it.
of chocolate milk and a rubber spatula.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, man. This guy was talking about painting the walls with the blood of children and shit. Like,
Yeah. And saying it's just weird. It's like, how could you like? It's so weird to think that it's like, how would it not be the neighbors? Like, I know there's a lot of other things it could be, but to me it just feels like something's got to be with the neighbors. I don't know. I feel like there's not enough evidence really anywhere else enough to make me think it's not them. Besides Derek and Maria. Which
I would have done? Gotten rid of my mailbox, put a mail slot in my front door, and gotten a Ring camera. Fucking problem solved.
Bam.
Fucking problem solved.
Well, I mean, but they could have sent the letter from any mailbox and have it eventually end up
Not
there.
without stamps and shit. Or return address or...
Well, if you send a letter that doesn't have a return address, doesn't it still get sent?
Well, yeah. But, I mean, they were just... literally just envelopes put in the mailbox.
They weren't stamps or anything?
No, they weren't sent through the mail.
Okay. Well, if that's the case and that's true, then it really just... It opens my mind up that it's fucking almost... If that is true and that's 100% true, I think that makes it more seem like it's Derek himself.
Yeah.
Because his plan should have been to stay up for 48 hours watching the mailbox.
It's either Derek or Langford. Like, those are the only two options in my head.
And
Why can't it be Maria?
Because Maria's a...
she's not smart enough. She's not an insurance
Because she's
lady.
wretched woman.
Yeah, she's
she's a wretched wife.
Smelly, wretched woman.
Stinky, unshaven woman.
Wretched wench of a wife.
Stinky, smelly bitch.
Stinky.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's a real tough one. It should have been really easy for him to figure out. I feel like for anyone to figure out if it had to be put directly in his mailbox. I don't know how it was so hard to catch.
Well, that's why the police were staking out their house and they found that gamer girl.
Right. I just think it's
better known as twitch.tv/Alinity nowadays.
Yeah.
Not really. She throws her cat.
What?
Yeah. She got big trouble. Not big trouble,
For
but
throwing
like
a cat?
A couple times.
I don't know.
On stream.
People fucking call her out on it a lot. and give her a ton of shit. I didn't actually see the clip. I don't know if it's been deleted or
Oh, there's a
what,
couple. Like, it
Right.
happened multiple times. And then there's one of her feeding her cat fucking Svedka vodka.
Dude, how does she fucking put... Does she just, like, puts it in her vagina or what?
No, she just puts it in a cap and lets the cat drink it.
Oh, I thought we were talking about her fucking pooter.
No.
Her little...
Yeah, she threw her pussy off of a chair.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it happens.
I dropped my pussy. What's up?
Throw that shit back.
So
I got it sewn back in, bitch.
when you guys were talking about the idea of fucking the Broduses, and you guys were
Broadus?
saying fucking that it could have been like a money thing. It could have been where does that come from? Do you guys have anything behind that?
So-
I guess I don't really know that side of it.
They were suspected of trying to sell their life as a movie. Like the events of The Watcher. Trying to sell
Their rights to the
movie studios.
I got $10 on it.
they
They were trying to sell like their life story as a movie to
after this happened they were trying to sell it.
Yes.
So it's like that one dude that
Is
was like,
is what people were saying. Is
like that one
Nah.
dude that's like, oh, my son went up in a UFO, but he was really just hiding in the fucking garage the whole time.
no, it's like the people from The Conjuring sell their
Right.
Oh,
story to a movie production company.
So another thing I guess I kind of have on that is why would they? I mean, maybe it helps the movie cause to have another family or whatever rent the place out and then send another letter, and then
Not even send it, drop it off.
right. So like, it's just really weird that they would send that letter while they were there, and it says two things like, yes, they were trying to do a movie and get some weird shit happening, or wouldn't they themselves want to be the stars of the movie and the show? Why would they leave the house and not be there for these events if they were trying to get
Well, the other
kind of
people didn't
famous
even like
for it?
move in. Like they just rented the house, and then in their contract was, if you get another letter, your lease is up if you want it to be. And
But what happens if the people didn't, and then they didn't live there, and with the letters, like, I mean,
Well,
it
if
wouldn't be their movie anymore. It
well-
wouldn't be their family
Well,
in the movie.
if it was their movie, then they could, predict the outcome. They could make these people leave whenever by giving them a letter.
Well, they don't have to leave if they got a letter.
But it was in their contract, wasn't it?
No, they don't have to. They did move out because
okay.
they got a letter. But what if they didn't? What if they said, dude, we're not fucking scared. Like, we don't have kids. Like, whatever. We're just fucking living it up.
the family that moved in had 2 kids.
But he didn't like his kids. They were annoying, and he was like,
He
yo,
he saw
said,
the letter that was
he
like,
said-
I want to paint the
and
walls
he
with the
said,
blood of your
huh.
child. He was like, dope.
Okay. He's
Fucking
like,
lit.
Wait,
Marilyn Manson moved
Chris,
in.
No, I think Chris Watts moved into that.
Kill
I
my
think Chris
kids.
Watts moved in there. He's like, he wrote a letter back saying, could you do
Please.
my wife too? God, I wish that right there could just get like all over the internet. I wish everyone could hear that joke. People would probably be pretty bad though.
Just like standing with a whiteboard in his window. Just like, my wife, question mark.
What about my horrible, wretched, stinky wife? Are you gonna kill her too? Oh God, yikes! That's fucking funny. I don't know. I feel like it has to be Derek, or it has to be fucking whatever his name is, Michael, or what?
Yeah,
what
Michael Langford.
Michael Langford,
Have we ruled out the idea?
or anyone in that family. Anyone in that family.
Ruled out the idea of it being one of the kids.
The oldest kid was 7 years old.
Yeah.
If she's able to write a letter that says, "I want to paint the blood of the walls with your kids," that she is. That's going to be
She's
the
reading
next.
Stephen King at a very young age.
Yeah, that's the next Conjuring
She
movie.
didn't want to live there.
Maybe she didn't. Maybe she got separated from all her friends and decided to say, "Listen, I can write and read at a fucking 10th grade level. I'm gonna start writing some weird notes."
I've become the Watcher.
That's an episode I want to do in the future soon too. Is Ed and Lorraine from The Conjuring?
We don't have fucking proof either that these letters came from the mailbox. I want to see the proof that says these letters that they actually went out to the mailbox and got the letter. Because we don't have proof that the letter was actually in the mailbox.
Right, what if he
probably just wrote it,
he just
got
wrote
it,
and opened it up again?
had his ugly, disgusting wife queef on it or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. The weird thing about this case is it has such a small, limited number of suspects that the police were investigating, too.
Wouldn't they be able to, like... I mean, did they wear gloves the whole time they're handling the
No
letters?
fingerprints. There was a partial fingerprint on one, but it was unmatchable.
And Derek's fingerprints from obviously reading the letter.
Yeah.
Well, we found one fingerprint, but it's you, so there's no way it would be you, right? Oh, no. Not at all, sir. That could not be me. I would never say I want to splash my walls with my kid's blood and that my wife's armpits are unbearably stinky and hairy. That could not have been me. I love my wife. I would never say that she is ugly as shit and she smells of fucking...
piss and vinegar.
Yeah, piss and vinegar. That could not be me. Like, God, okay, Derek, fine, we get it. It's not you, all right? It's not you. We get it. I bet Maria did stink a little bit.
Yeah, she was a seppy.
When you got a house like that and you're just chilling and you're like you just give up at that point. That's why all rich women are gross. Unless they're rich because either A, they're famous themselves or they married a really older dude. But when you see those really old couples and stuff that have a lot of money, I see a lot of disgusting.
Like that St. Louis fucking mansion mom with her fucking gat out.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about them. Okay? I just don't. It is what it is. Sue me. I don't know. We don't have anything else on it, right? Like, there's no other secret things that I don't. I feel like it's...
that I can think of. It's pretty, not open and shut, but...
Open. It's very open.
Pretty fucking open.
Pretty open, and...
Definitely not shut.
Yeah, that's a...
But Derek probably did it.
Yeah. I mean, and if it shows them trying to sell, trying to get a movie made out of it... I mean, what... Like, it only started when they got the house. It only started... The only proof we have of this starting is before the... people moved out of their house. That screams Derek. That just screams... Because the neighbors, they might have known. But, the watcher wouldn't have been that intact. Unless the only other option that I saw, which was a possibility that I strongly thought could have been very possible, is that the house that they lived in was bugged.
Yeah, that I've thought about that too.
The one person, he said it on his little thing, and I was like, I didn't even think about that.
Even that fucking Michael guy could have had bugs in the house.
Right. That's what. Yeah. It could have been that easy. Who knows? But
two-way radio.
But the fact, the mailbox, the whole thing, without if the letters, if they weren't stamped and they didn't, it's like, okay, so if they were put here, you're easily able to find out that they were put here. The only other thing that he did, and I don't think we talked about this yet, was about him sending the letters out to the neighbors, including Michael and fucking his other neighbors, but. Apparently, he wrote himself letters to all the neighbors.
Right.
Saying, yo, fuck you. It might not be you, but if it is you, fuck you. I know it might not be, but if it is, fuck you. Go to hell. Secretly, I'm the watcher. But fuck you, dude.
Yeah, well, and the only reason I know that it wasn't mailed through the USPS is because the only one that was ever said to have anything on the envelope was the first letter, that said to the new neighbors, just in big letters with a Sharpie. The rest of them were blank envelopes in their mailbox.
I mean, he got what he
So
wanted.
it could be the fucking postman. Who the fuck knows?
He got what he got what he wanted though with the national attention. Like
I mean the postman's there 6 days a week.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it just it just feels if that's true, if that is true, and all those letters it had to be hand delivered. My call's on Derek, and I don't know how people don't come to that same conclusion. You know, if that really did,
because it makes for a sexy story if you leave that
but
out.
it had so many people, like from what I looked into it, that so many people caught traction to the story, and it's like, how are, I mean, I know we see that, so if we see that, how come no one else in fucking history saw that and said, well, this had to be hand delivered, this couldn't have been this, like, just seems weird, that it wasn't exposed more for how big of a case it got, being on major news channels. I don't know.
Wouldn't you just have like the police stalking out, sitting in a car someday and waiting for him to
That's how they got the Witcher.
Oh.
Instead of the Watcher, because they're sitting out of his house. Like, oh, you were outside of the house for too long. You're like, yeah, well, my boyfriend lives across the street. He plays a game called The Watcher.
Yeah.
Now, but wouldn't that be crazy if he did play a game called The Watcher?
He plays a game called The Watcher, The Wild Letter.
Wait, wasn't like when was Watch Dogs came out?
Watch Dogs came out.
I'm gonna look up The Watcher, the game.
Watch Dogs Legion. No, I just want Watch Dogs.
I played The Watcher.
Yeah, my boyfriend, he plays a game called The Watcher. Yeah, 2014, same year.
The Watcher's on Steam.
Yeah, Watch Dogs came out, a month before, or 4 days before they bought the house.
Yeah.
Oh, The Watcher was released May 1st, 2020, so it could not have been The Watcher.
Is that a game based on...
It's based on it's not the same. It's based on a guy who is always watching their neighbor's house and sends letters to them talking about splashing kids' blood on the walls.
I thought it was just like a simulator game. You're just sitting there looking at things.
Oh, well, there's...
That's about sex. That's her favorite stuff.
That's The Watchers. That's...
Okay.
Yeah, that's where you just sit there and then they show you. It's like one of those little toys. What is that, where you click the button and it goes to the next picture?
God.
That was video games for kids back in the day. That was the first video games.
And you you put the other slides in.
Yeah, you put slides, like a big circle, and you go, wow, god damn.
And it was like, yeah.
Whoa, the Grand Canyon? Wow, North Korea? What? I'm 7 years old. I shouldn't be seeing women get beheaded, but this is the time, man. This is 1995, bro.
Oh, it's Uganda.
I forgot what those were fucking called, too.
I don't know. I think what are some of the childhood choices? Kaleidoscope, Etch-a-Sketch.
Cap gun.
Bong. I don't know. This has been a little fun little story though, It's a cool little. I wish more shit like this, This is it was very fun to read into, and I remember I read it for, 2 weeks ago or whenever we were gonna do it, and it's just been in the back of my head.
Dr. Fauci had to get his fucking emails released.
Yeah, true.
Futurino.
Dude, we were doing such a good job about not talking about like those assholes. Stories like this are so tight, though. It did do good numbers.
Right.
So,
right. Oh yeah, but stories like this are fucking so fun. I don't know, they're so good. They work so well.
Fuck Derek.
We'll have to
Fuck Derek and Maria.
We'll have to figure another story like this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna break out my laptop. What I really want to do is get my laptop, my little Chromebook. I have to figure out how to get past my password, find the charger, and then I want to find a topic, and maybe like a couple weeks down the road, I want to do like a whole episode. I'm gonna give you guys a topic that I want to do. I want to write the whole thing. It's gonna be crazy.
Damn.
I want to do the whole fucking thing. Get a good ass story. I'm gonna find something lit.
That sounds awesome.
First I gotta find the laptop, and then break into it.
It's gonna take a while.
Break into it. Find the charger. But yeah, I fucking just 'cause I've been listening to podcasts so much lately, I'm just like getting so hyped on the idea, like listening to fucking LP whatever last podcast. But God, dude, I fucking when he does his shit, I'm just like, bro, that guy's awesome. His storytelling, his writing, and everything. I'm just like, I need to do something like that, you know? I need to get an episode or something. I need to fucking find something dope and get a whole fucking thing on it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I guess.
I don't think we have anything left though on the old watcher.
His watch has ended. Hopefully.
Yeah.
His watch has been dogged.
I mean, we haven't heard anything else since they sold the house, right? They sold the house in 2019, I think.
Yeah, I haven't heard.
So yes, for anyone knowing, they sold the house, and since then, no letters. So, Derek. I'm pretty sure it's Derek.
Yeah,
so,
I'm pretty sure it's Derek.
It doesn't take Scooby-Doo and the fucking gang.
I would have gotten away for it too.
But if you ease into just assuming it's Derek, it makes such a good story. Like it's so.
Yeah.
And then the creepy weird neighbor that like looks in people's windows.
Yeah. God. Yeah. It's there's so many fun things about the story.
But yeah, we'll catch you next week on the WRK podcast. We'll probably on Monday.
Yes. Probably. Mostly on Mondays. Sometimes Tuesdays and sometimes Wednesdays. Never Thursdays.
Maybe next week it's Thursday.
We get to it when we get to it.
Yeah, we'll catch you. But yeah, make sure you hit up. If you made it this far, you have no excuse other than to subscribe on YouTube.
Yes.
Yeah, follow us on everything. Links are in the descriptions down below on any source that you're watching on or listening to.
81 subscribers. Very nice. When we started this
YouTube.
episode and I saw it on YouTube, I mean, which is our last platform that we joined, I feel like.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's kind of cool. At first, I don't have my glasses. I lost them in the river.
Getting close to the fucking custom URL on YouTube. That'll be fucking lit.
I thought it said 60 for a second because I like I said, I lost my glasses in the fucking river. I was bummed out. I was like, how the fuck did we go down like 20 subscribers? And then I looked and I was like, oh shit, okay, YouTube. Yo, we got past 80.
Yeah, we got you guys jumping in. So keep hitting that subscribe button on YouTube. It's a fun time.
Yes, very fun time.
It's where you can watch the show live and you can interact with us live.
You can talk to us.
We're very inclusive with people that join the live chat. So
yeah,
you're a part of the show. Yeah, you're part of the team.
You don't have to pay $5 for us to say something you wanna mention. You got a good idea, we'll say it. If you got a bad idea, possibly a racist idea, we'll probably kick you off the show.
Yeah, that's happened before.
But other than that, come with love and peace.
Yeah, and we like everybody in this show, 18 to 80, blind, deaf, dumb, and crazy.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Except for Maria. She
stinky
smells like
wench.
piss in
Oh yeah, not Maria, dude. Oh God. What a wench of a woman.
And we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, to secret oaths, and to secret proceedings.
Violence breeds violence. Repression breeds retaliation. And only a cleansing of our whole society can remove this sickness from our souls.
Those folks who were responsible have been held accountable.